welcome to Kdog Goes to the Movies. Coming to you from the what I call the movie room. It's where I keep all the DVDs and Blu-rays and whatnot, my own video library, so to speak. And yeah, as you can tell, I love movies. And of course, if you may be you think I may look a little funny, that's because we have worship today outside and I got toasted a little bit. We weren't out there that long, but yeah, I'm bright red. Oh boy, it stinks being fair-skinned and a redhead. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, it's I'm not in absolute pain, but this is just miserable. I'm like I said, I'm not in any pain, but you know, it's like you know that you have been burned big time. I got burned just by being out in the wind. Come on. This is ridiculous. I boil like a hot dog in the sun. I can't go out. You know, for me, COVID-19 has kind of been a blessing. I stay inside a little bit, you know. But many of you are bored out of your mind, so we're gonna watch another movie today. Today we're gonna talk about remakes, particularly Disney remakes. And I thought, since, you know, I'm under this will eventually heal and, you know, I'll be back to normal, back to, you know, good as new. So I thought, let's take a look at 2017's remake of Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, now I'm not going to completely hate on this. Trust me, I mean, it's going to be an enjoyable film for you, trust me. So, grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, gather around the TV set, fire up your Disney Plus, it's on there, and then look up the 2017 Beauty and the Beast, starring Emma Watson, Dan Stevens, Ewan McGregor, Ian McKellen, and a smattering of other well-known actors in this film. It's enjoyable, so let's roll it. Beauty and the Beast. So, the Walt Disney Company decides to remake Beauty and the Beast. Remake of their 1991 classic animated film. Probably one of the greatest animated films of all time. Yeah, and so they decided to turn it into a live-action movie. Now, to be fair, the animated movie was adapted onto stage. It was adapted into a Broadway musical shortly after the film's release, probably within a year or two. Disney decided to put the film on Broadway, and it was a complete success. But following the success of Jon Favreau's version of The Jungle Book, Disney decided to take a look at Beauty and the Beast and remake it. So, I'm going to split this up into things I liked and the things I don't like. Because the original 1991 animated classic is one of my top 25 movies of all time. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, so I'm going to be very, very strict on how you handle things. So first of all, what I did like. I'm just going to get the review out of the way. And then go on to the other stuff. First of all, what I did like. I loved the new music that was added to the film. The new music was added by Alan Menken and Tim Rice. The original composer, or the original lyricist, Howard Ashman, passed away just before the animated version came out. He passed away of AIDS, unfortunately, and he never got to see the result of Beauty and the Beast. But the music that Tim Rice and Alan Menken came up with this new film, I really quite enjoy. There's the songs Evermore, How Does a Moment Last Forever, and just the overall new music, and it sets the tone for the film. It blends right in like with the other songs like Be Our Guest and Something There. It really blends in. I really liked some of the backstory that had taken place. It goes into further detail explaining why it's just Belle and her father. And we find out why Belle doesn't have a mother, and how the mother passed away of the plague in Paris, and you see that, and it was really tragic, and in a very serious way. But she's not a victim. I don't think she comes across as a victim in any way. Just that she has unfortunate events happening in her life, like a lot of people do. But however, at the end of the film, I think she comes up on top. Of course, marrying a prince, who she does love, deep down, and just, and I love the little things that they added. With showing that the relationship with her father, the relationship with the Beast developing. They added little things to that, and explaining why he doesn't like to read a lot, but he doesn't like to read romance novels, but she does. One thing that they added, I never really thought it as a plot hole, but some friends of mine who enjoyed the original film, they thought that the original film had a big plot hole about the town, village coming together and wanting to fight the Beast, and as in this film depicts that the whole town was cursed as well. What happened in the castle is that the prince became the Beast, and the servants that were in the castle, they became the artifacts, like Mrs. Potts became the teapot, and Chip became the cup, and Cogsworth was, the clock, and Lumiere became the candelabra, the lamp. And so, yeah, just, and then the town became like distance from the castle, like it never existed, and like, who are you? And that also kind of explains why the town looks at Belle like she's an oddball, because she is the beauty of the town, basically. And so, yeah, it does kind of fill in a little bit, but I don't think it was necessarily a plot hole. Now let's get into the negative things. What I didn't like. I didn't like some of the designs of the characters. Yeah, I just thought, because I'm so used to seeing, the way the candlestick looks, the way the clock looks, the way the Beast looks. Now, the actors did a fine job doing, voiceover or motion capture. Like Dan Stevens actually had to do motion capture. He was in a big thick suit and also and stilts to give the illusion of height that Belle has to look up, because he's not that much. He is taller than Emma Watson, but he's not that much taller. So they had to make him look, huge. Yeah, the design I wasn't really big on, but it's fine. I think, and one of the things that just kind of bugged me was, like I said, I love the part of explaining why Belle doesn't have a mother, but I felt that the part leading up to that, how the Beast shows her where she came from and why she doesn't, I thought that was kind of dropped. That's where I think it was a plot hole, because it shows a book. It's basically an atlas, and he says this will take you anywhere you want to go. And it kind of replaced towards the end of what the animated film said, where he shows her the mirror, and the mirror is in the film, but it's just an artifact. While in the original animated film, the mirror became, not only was it an artifact, but it was also a tool. Like the Beast could look in on Belle. Belle could see her father. She goes, I want to see my father. So she sees where her father is. But also at the end of the film, Gaston uses it against her, because she says, show me the Beast. The town becomes frightened. And then Gaston takes it, says, look at him. He's got this. He's got claws. He's got teeth. He's got this. He says that in the mob song. Yeah, so there's things like that, and here's the big one, okay? Here's the big thing about what I didn't really like about this movie. Like I said, they did a fine job of actually executing everything. Even though there was minor things, like I said, that I just didn't feel were, like, either things were, like that one particular scene, the thing was dropped with the atlas, and kind of, I'd like to see a little bit more of that, but, and the other thing was the overall visual effects design, but that's a creative difference, because I could come up with something and you could come up with something, and we would both think it's great, but we may not like one thing from another, because that's, individuality. But here's my overall gripe about Beauty and the Beast, about Dumbo, about The Lion King, about the others that's coming out, Mulan, The Little Mermaid. Do we really need them? Seriously, did we really need this? Just the fact that they did it in live action. Big deal. Did we really need that? Because Aladdin, I don't think Aladdin was terrible either, but again, do we really need it? Did we really need it? Did we really ask for it? The Lion King is, what I've heard, is probably the most hated of all the live action ones. And and I think Aladdin and The Lion King are pretty much the most hated ones, because again, you're replacing Robin Williams with Will Smith, and The Lion King was a shot-for-shot remake, and it was all CGI. There was not one live-action thing in it. But yeah, it was called live action when there was nothing. It was all done in a computer. It was all done in the computer. So I'm asking, Disney fans and people, this the movie going audience. Do we really need these movies? Do we really need the live action remakes to these movies? I mean, yeah, that's what boggles my mind, because what was wrong? Let me get it out here. What was wrong with this one? And I just sent that one flying. What was wrong with this one? Just because it was a hand-drawn animated cartoon? Not cartoon, but animated film? Was that the big issue? Because it was hand-drawn analog animation? There was some early CGI stuff in that film. Like the ballroom dancing scene. Where Beauty and the Beast, the song, is being played. But yeah. So what was wrong with this? I mean, let me put the new one back up here so we can compare the two. Yeah, it wasn't really needed. And the controversial stuff, I don't really understand what the whole fuss was about. Like, someone actually made the comment that somebody wrote that Belle, the way Emma Watson played Belle, she was played like a victim and who's there's actually a term for it, but who's basically mentally ill. She's not. She's very strong. She's very smart. And that's the way I want Belle. I don't want her any other way. That she is, she's had some misfortune in her life. She lost her mother when she was an infant. And of course the Beast at first, he is a jerk. He separates them together and he takes her as prisoner and shoves her father out the door, by dragging him. But things work out. The Beast becomes human again because he learns to love, and she loves him back, breaking the curse. The father and Belle are reunited. It's really just, there's some little nitpicky things. But again, did we really need that? That's my big gripe. But at the same token, I didn't hate this movie. I actually quite enjoyed it. I'd still prefer this one. Matter of fact, I'll show you what I've done here. This is the new 4K edition of Beauty and the Beast that just came out, just the beginning of this year. And here's the 2010 Blu-ray. Yes, I'm double dipping on this. I used to own it on VHS twice. Matter of fact, I was 8 years old at the time. My parents bought a second copy because I played the first one so much they thought it was going to wear out. And this was in 1992. Not only that, I did manage to buy the soundtrack on vinyl. I do have a digital copy in my computer. Don't have an official CD copy, but here's the vinyl version of the new film, featuring the new songs. And they brought back Celine Dion to sing a new song, which is How Does a Moment Last Forever. Josh Groban singing Evermore, which is the Beast song. That's another thing I really enjoyed, is that they actually gave the Beast a song, because Belle had so many songs. The Artifacts had songs, but the Beast didn't have one in the original film. He just had that one little verse in Something There, and that was it. But yeah, he actually gets a song in this film. And there's not much on the back, just track listing and credits. But how much did I like the 1991 film? Well, as you can see, I double dipped on Blu-rays. Got the 4K, got the Diamond Edition, one that came out in 2010. It was one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought. But also, I have the songs from the Beauty and the Beast picture disc album. It's not the complete soundtrack, because I think they were just trying to conserve space, and plus these don't really sound very good. These picture discs, they're really meant to just sit on a shelf and look pretty. But also, I have the 1991 original soundtrack on CD and the cassette version. So yeah, as you can see, I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I saw this in the movie theater twice when it originally played. That's how much I liked it, folks. And so, as you can see, when somebody remakes it, I'm going to be a little tough on it. But, like I said, it's not a complete throwaway. I did enjoy it. But I'm speaking with what is going on with Disney right now. Like, do we really need all these remakes to be in live action? You know, I'm sure Disney's going, whoa, we need to make money. That's what they're looking at, is it's a bankable name. It made a lot of money in its original run. They're hoping to do the same with the second run. And of course, the original film has been re-released a couple times theatrically. As a matter of fact, in 2001, Disney decided to send the film to IMAX, and it played in the IMAX format for a limited time, and 1570, large format, and it was soon after that they put it out on DVD for the first time. Didn't own the DVD copy for whatever reason, I'm not sure. But yeah, and then I think it was around 2011 or 2012, Disney, along with The Lion King, got 3D versions of... They got the digital 3D conversion thing going for them. So, and they put it out on Blu-ray then. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I still will pop this in, both films, occasionally rewatch them. I am impressed with the cast. And I do think honestly what they were trying to do is do the Broadway play version, like a film adaptation of that. And the results vary, really. It is what it is, and I think they did handle it with care of how the portrayal was. But another positive thing is that this had something that this one didn't have, in terms of story-wise and actual details. So, from me to you, see you later.